could be 12, maybe 15. Secretary of Commerce right here. And I guess, Howard, I would say it could be maybe as many as 15 or so. And they'll be going out on Monday, and some will go out on Tuesday and Wednesday, and and we've made deals also. So we're going to have a combination of letters, and some deals have been made.
We are expecting on Wednesday two things. One is perhaps a couple more trade deals. So far, the U.S. has only done one with the.
All right, so that was a coverage by the Time magazine. It says Trump is actually they've named Nigeria in this situation here, but they said President Donald Trump has threatened additional tariffs on any country that supports the anti-American policies of the BRICS group. That's Brexit too, right? That's the same thing, right?
No, Brexit is different from.
It's different. Okay, all right. So let me elaborate on that. So the BRICS group is a political and diplomatic coordination forum consisting of 11 countries. It says any country aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of BRICS.
You can now call it the Southern Economic Bloc.
Southern Economic Bloc. Okay. Any country that aligns itself with their policies will be charged an additional 10% tariffs. There will be no exceptions to this policy, Trump said on his social media platform. Trump did not explicitly specify what constitutes anti-American policies in the instance, but he has previously warned the group not to create a new BRICS currency or back any other currencies to replace the mighty US dollars. Anyway, so somewhere here they said the group also established a relationship with strategic partner countries at last year's summit, aligning itself with Belarus, Bolivia, Kazakhstan, Cuba, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, Uzbekistan, never heard of that before, and last but not least, Nigeria.
Right.
Uzbekistan.
It's part of the defunct USSR.
Okay, that would make sense. Yeah. So Vietnam was formally announced as the 10th partner country in June. BRICS is widely seen as a challenge to the unipolar global power dynamic in which
unipolar.
Unipolar global power dynamic in which the United States is regarded as the lead superpower. Instead, BRICS members have pushed a multipolar power setting in which various countries lead global cooperation efforts. What do you say? Is this another manipulative tactics from,
Donald Trump?
Yes. 10% tariffs. Or he's rightfully protecting the place of... is he rightfully protecting the place of the United States?
Well, he was actually the one who undermined the place of the United States in the first place. If countries of BRICS consciousness who are currently meeting in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria spoke there yesterday, and if they are merged together to act as a response to the influence of America, economic diktats, and the strength of the dollar, making sure that the globe becomes more competitive and does not look in one direction for leadership and guardians. Who do you blame for it? Because for every action, there will be opposite reaction. And nobody has got this monopoly of policy violence, so to say. Because you can see the needless, the baseless introduction of all kinds of tariffs just to show that somebody is strong. When Donald Trump made that
the blunder
mistake, the blunder of declaring himself as the one who runs the world, who pulls the strings, was he expecting people to sit by and not do anything? And even as we are speaking, internally in the United States, because I believe all the attention should be focused in the United States now. Look at the efforts at taking away Medicaid, Medicare, all kinds of privileges, food stamp for vulnerable Americans and families, through the law that he called big whatever, a big beautiful bill that has now become his big beautiful law last week, setting a deadline of July 4th for that law to pass, and which he was successful at pushing through, which has now led to Elon Musk is a former surrogate president, the alternate president in the US, now declaring or establishing what he has called the American Party. I mean, look at the trauma that attended all that internally. So if internally in the United States, we are crying that, some of these things, including the advisory from the Congressional Budgetary Council that said this is going to lead to a deficit of $3 trillion for the country. Just making sure that the rich are having their money protected and their wealth ballooned, while the common folks, the only thing that is done there is this attempt at making sure that no taxes are paid on tips for hotel workers and low-level workers. But you look at the unprecedented ballooning of defense spending, particularly $150 billion for the immigration and what's it called? And the deportation, the Homeland Security thing, deportation thing that has never been witnessed before, $150 billion. And how the underbelly of the US economy will suffer certain devastating effects from such situations. Because workers who used to cut your lawn, workers who used to work on the fields, whether cornfield or the fruit field, what's it called? The citrus field in California and elsewhere, as they continue to be driven underground and be deported in their thousands. What would be the effect for the United States? And there are certain kind of back-breaking jobs here. And I'm continuing in my, what's it called? In my mind struggles about the fact that, okay, when they say America must be great again, because the greatness they are referring to must be logged in the past, when there was cheap black labor, when there was discrimination, segregation, and what have you. Would America get back to that point that certain vulnerable ethnic compositions in this country will be made to do things that were really seen as ignominious in the past? Is that where this country is headed? If not, to make sure that the world does not get terribly bad. For example, you will think that consciousness will still be there on the part of Republicans that, wherever Russia decides to be ruthless and do all kinds of things as they are doing against Ukrainians now, that America will stand up for them. If the world is going to be unipolar, if America decides to back Russia like America is doing, or like Donald Trump, I don't know if America in general is doing this, but Donald Trump is visibly for Vladimir Putin. If the whole world thinks the same way with him, oppressing less powerful countries of the world, what do you think that will mean? It is the same token, the same parallel we are getting economically now, which is why countries of southern influence versus northern pole economically, the northern economic bloc. And you can't even say that America has the support of the NATO countries anymore. Europe is on its own. Canada is stands on its own, because everybody has really suffered one disadvantage or the other, one loss or the other, because of the reckless or the loose cannons being fired in terms of tariff by the United States. So Donald Trump has always wanted a go-it-alone America. And if he gets it now, he has no cause to complain. This is the point I'm making.
All right. Please, thank you. Join the conversation. Join the conversation. We want to get back to that sweet spot we were on.
Yes, and Elon Musk is not really taking it easy. But sometimes you give them this benefit of the doubt.
Elon Musk started a new party yesterday.
Yeah, could they be playing us? Because in the final analysis, when third parties emerge on the scene, they weaken the ability of Democrats to do better. It's usually targeted, but this time around, we know that Elon Musk has been an enabler for the reckless and runaway radical agenda of Republicans. So probably people will look at him now that, okay, this will whittle down or will divide the influence or the unity of the Republican Party. At the end of the day, maybe it will be some credible gain. But don't forget, there have been billionaire oil magnates like Perot and so many others in the past trying to go that route. It never really flew. So I do not think people will easily forget how Elon Musk decided to destroy strong institutions in America, defunding them, making sure that thousands of people. I mean, I'm not a politician. I'm not a campaigner. I would leave the job of reminding all of us of how to put the antecedents of Elon Musk on the side of time, so that people do not follow him wrongly anymore. It is just because whatever has been taken now, the decision that has been implemented through this big beautiful, which it says Elon Musk anyway says big ugly law or whatever. So maybe because the thing hurts him, and Donald Trump is even threatening that they will investigate more than $20 billion. And
he might be deported.
And that he may be, but that is a long one. That's a long one. Even if he's deported, yes, any of us face that threat of denaturalization. You are not a naturalized citizen, but for people
but Elon Musk cannot be deported. That is a stretch, like you said.
Yes,
there's too many citizens' interest attached to that idea.
And let me also tell you, a man who is hawking American green card for $5 million. Do you think people want to throw away?
Exactly. Another evidence.
160. No, am I saying 100?
$400 billion.
Dollars.
$400 billion.
Yeah, but if it does, I'm sure places like Nigeria will be open to what? No, I do not know.
Yeah.
Let Elon Musk stay and fight the demons that are after him.
Fight their own demons. So yeah.
Yes. We don't want that kind of trouble in a peaceful place like Nigeria.
All right, please hit like, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Join the conversations as a comment. Chiye, welcome. How you doing? Join the conversations and we will be right back.
They think the flag bearer, if indeed this ADC